Hi everyone, I'm Jen Ah with the Las Vegas Review-Journal. Today I'm joined by our investigative reporter Art Kane to share with you an update on our flawed discipline investigation on misconduct by police officers and other public employees. The Review-Journal found in the past 5 years, about 50 state and local employees were accused of misconduct, were fired, but then got their jobs back through arbitration. They were reinstated even though supervisors deemed them unfit for the job. The employees include a Las Vegas police officer who wished for more terror attacks like the October 1st shooting in order to get more overtime, along with an officer caught on video putting a suspect in a chokehold and kneeling on his neck for several minutes. Art, thank you so much for joining us today.
Sure.
First off, let's start with the case of the Metro police officer wishing for more terror attacks. After doing some digging, what did you find?
Well, the department saw his body cam when they were responding to our request for body cam, the October 1 shooting, and found a series of problems. He was late to showing up to the thing because his radio was off. He started making inappropriate comments like the one about how we need more of these terror shootings to get more overtime. And then he didn't take a report from a woman who had claimed that she was sexually assaulted during the thing, just told her to move on and made what the arbitrator called a sarcastic comment to his coworker.
Wow, and what was the police department's response for reinstating someone like that?
Well, the police department didn't talk to us about this, but obviously they felt that he couldn't do his job effectively and they fired him. And then an arbitrator from out of state came in and reversed that decision. And obviously the department thinks that's problematic.
For sure. And this investigation is not limited to police officers. There was also a case involving a school nurse's assistant. What more can you tell us about that case?
Well, she, at least 3 times, she didn't treat diabetic children for low blood sugar, which everyone knows is a pretty serious thing. You could go into a coma, other things could happen. At one point she said that she didn't want to be a team player and dropped the kid off with another person at work because she was her job, her time was done, right? She wasn't going to go on overtime. She again was fired for a series of problems and reinstated again by an arbitrator, given a 6-month suspension. But as far as we know, she's probably still working at the school district.
Wow, and most of the people, the names, we don't actually know them, and some people think that needs to change, that there needs to be more transparency in the system. Realistically, do you think that there could be change in the near future?
Well, I think it's tough because the unions, which want this kind of arbitration, have a lot of power at the legislature. There's actually nothing in state law that says these names aren't public, but there's a bunch of court rulings that go back and forth. The legislature would have to come out and just say flatly that these kind of disciplinary records of people who are paid by taxpayers should be public, and taxpayers should know what these people are doing and what their supervisors are doing because of that.
Okay, and finally, you talked to the union president for Metro employees, along with 2 people running to replace Joe Lombardo as Clark County Sheriff. What were their responses to your findings?
Well, the union guy was obviously supportive of all these reversals. He feels that the agency screwed up and these people deserve to stay on the job. Whether they did something wrong, maybe he thought the punishments were too harsh, or maybe they technically didn't do the investigation properly. The 2 sheriffs candidates obviously are on the other end of it, where they think these people should have been fired and are concerned that people like these people will be rehired under their administrations, depending on who ends up winning.
Wow, well, thank you so much, Art, for sharing your findings with us. Review-Journal's Art Kane. You can read more about this investigation online at lvrj.com. You can also watch our weekday newscast, 7 at 7 a.m. and p.m., available on Roku, Apple TV, all your streaming platforms. And to get news alerts sent right to your phone, make sure to download our RJ mobile app. I'm Jen Ah. Thank you for joining us. Take care.